Today we're going to be installing Windows 7 and Office on two identical HP 6930p laptops. First we're going to install the operating system, drivers, and Microsoft Office on one of the laptops. Then we'll remove both hard drives and ghost or clone them, and it drastically reduces the time to install. So when you have two of the same model, either PCs or laptops, cloning is one of the best things you can do to save time when you have to fully reinstall all of the software. So we'll start by turning this one on. Well, for some reason this one doesn't want to power on. There we go. So we'll power it on and press F9 to boot to CD. I'm going to select the option Notebook Upgrade Bay, which is basically just the CD-ROM. And now we are booting to the CD to load Windows 7. And right now I'm just deleting the existing partitions on the hard drive. Now we have one single partition. We're going to go ahead and install Windows on that. Just hit next. And this process will take probably about 30 minutes. We'll constantly restart until the installation is finished. and then we will pick up from there. Okay, after that break, we have installed Windows 7 Professional 64-bit edition. You can see all of the drivers have been installed. We've inserted the product key. We have installed Avast antivirus, Microsoft Office, some other programs, and now we're going to take the hard drive out of this and clone it so we don't have to reinstall all of that software onto the other laptop. Normally the process of installing all the software takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, whereas once we do this on one machine we can clone it in probably about 16 to 20 minutes depending on the performance of the hard drives. So we're going to go ahead and shut this down. And remove the power. Now we are going to remove the hard drive. So place the screws somewhere that you're not going to lose them because they are pretty small. And just set the hard drive cover aside. One more screw that locks the hard drive in place that we'll have to unscrew. It's a spring-loaded screw. Then we just pull up and out, and hard drive is now out. Go ahead and set the original laptop aside. And then we're going to go ahead and connect this, the original hard drive, to this PC for the cloning process. Make sure it's connected tightly. And then we're going to remove the second hard drive, or the hard drive from the second laptop rather, so we can clone it. This hard drive is only a 160 gigabyte, where this one is a 500, but that does not make a difference in this case. So we can go ahead and set this laptop aside. And again, I'm going to go ahead and connect power and data to the second hard drive. Now we have both hard drives connected, and we are going to boot into our cloning software. And for this process I use a Acronis True Image. It is much superior to Norton Ghost, which is also another cloning program. And then we're going to go to the operations, and then disk clone, and then hit next. It's going to be looking for the partitions and finding the hard drives that we're going to be using. Failed to read sector. We're going to go ahead and retry. Looks like hard drive 2 may have a problem. We're going to ignore it. And we'll just see what happens. And we're just going to ignore all errors and see if it can recognize the hard drive. Never hurts to have a spare hard drive just in case. Originally I was having some problems installing Windows on the 500 gig, so it may be a bad hard drive, so we may not be using it. I might just remove it and go ahead and install the backup hard drive that I have here. We'll let this process complete and see what it says. And chances are, if it's taking this long to recognize the partition on the second hard drive, it's probably bad. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is what's called a hard shutdown. And I'm just going to power off the machine. And go ahead and disconnect what I think is the faulty hard drive. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect my hard drive to it. And then we'll go ahead again and boot into our cloning program, cloning software rather. And we're going to do Control O, or I'm sorry, Alt O, disk clone, next, and let it read the partitions. You can see how quickly it read both hard drives. Clearly this hard drive are both functioning. This one is bad. We're just going to use the automatic process. This shows both disk 1, which Windows is already installed on, and disk 2. We're going to be copying disk 1 onto disk 2. Let's go ahead and click next. This is highlighting, showing that we are installing it on disk 2. Go ahead and hit next. This is telling us that the hard drive that we're installing on may have Windows files on it. Just going to delete those files. Hit next. And this confirms that everything is correct with both hard drives, and we can go ahead and now start the cloning process. by clicking next. This is just warning us one more time that once we hit proceed, it will erase all of the data on the second disk. And in this case, we don't care, so we're going to go ahead and hit proceed. And then you'll get a current operation progress bar and total progress bar. And basically what is happening now is it is transferring, it's making it an exact replica of this hard drive onto this hard drive. And I don't know if you can see, but this time indicator indicates only 8 minutes remaining, whereas if we were to load each one individually, it would take over an hour to an hour and a half per hard drive, or I'm sorry, per laptop. So you can see where it benefits if you're loading multiple operating systems on multiple laptops or PCs. If you want to reduce time, cloning is the way to go. Just gonna go ahead and move this over here, and you can see a little bit clearer, 7 minutes remaining. Both hard drives connected. And I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here. We'll pick it up as soon as the cloning process is finished. Okay, and we're back, and you can see that you got about 5 seconds left before the cloning process is finished. And you can see disk cloning was successfully completed. Go ahead and OK. And then we're going to do Alt-O and exit the program. All right. We can go ahead and power off the machine that we use for the cloning. And this is the hard drive for the second one, the one that we cloned. So I'm going to take the bad hard drive out of the hard drive caddy and install the new hard drive into the hard drive caddy. Okay, the new hard drive's ready to go. So this is the second laptop, the one that we cloned. Go ahead and install that back in there. And put the cover plate back on. Now we're ready to go ahead and turn it on. Cloning Windows 7, there is a little trick to it. You do have to have, after the cloning process, you have to have the original Windows 7 CD to fix the master boot record, which I will show you how to do right now. Let's go ahead and power it on and press F9 to boot from the CD. Take our Windows installation CD and install it. go back to the main Windows installation screen so we can repair the master boot record or MBR. Almost there. Okay, this is the normal installation screen when you begin installing Windows 7. Instead of installing now, we're going to hit repair your computer. This is searching for any Windows installations that exist on the hard drive and any master boot records or MBRs that may be corrupt. It says Windows has found problems. We're going to go ahead and repair and restart. You can remove the CD at this point. And Windows is now loading. So that means the clone was successful. And this should take us to the normal Windows background. And there you can see that Windows is loaded. The software we installed is there just like we did on the first one. Microsoft Office, Avast. You can see the Windows is also activated and genuine. Device Manager shows that all the drivers were installed correctly. So basically we've gone ahead and cloned one laptop to the other instead of installing the software on both, which would have taken about 3 hours combined. So I'm going to ask us to restart, so we'll go ahead and do that. And in the meantime, take the original hard drive, and the original laptop. Go ahead and install the hard drive back into the laptop. And install the cover plate. Go ahead and power it on. And that's pretty much it. This is the original laptop that we installed the operating system on. This is the one we cloned. And again, the benefit of this is time saving. Thanks for watching.